everybody knew what a downwinder was. We were the anti-nuclear capital of the world. I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man. I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready, and they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist. And it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen. It will never.
Well, good morning, boy. I sure have learned something in the last 48 hours. Oh, boy, talk about a litmus test. I just proved something that everybody's in their dogma, Snuggie, the so-called anti-nuclear community, which I highly doubt very few of them are even anti-nuclear. Bored, I guess, just sitting around waiting for the mainstream media to give them every confirmation on anything. Just go back to 9/11. Go back to the stock market crash of 2008. Go back to 3/11/11. You know how long it took mainstream media to even confirm there was a meltdown even in one reactor? The first mainstream report that came out that it was a legitimate full meltdown was 15 months after the fact. You guys can sit around. It blows my mind. People are still saying, and this is a litmus test, and I would just like to say this, my small little army, it's taken me 3 years. This incredible fight, like I said yesterday, which has been embedded in blood, sweat, cancer, and tears, is so hardcore that the intensity suite are the uses of adversity. And we know any cancer psychologist is going to tell you, especially in a very, very acute situation like I'm in, the mind will become so intensely focused. Can, if you allow it, to survive. That's what I did wrapped around Fukushima. So I've been able, and it took me a long time, to separate the frauds, the fakes, from the real deal. I know who the real deal is. And it's a lot of not the people that you think they are, but I know who they are. Because they've gathered around me. They've gathered around me from the inception. The very first day that I put up the video, 311 on 312, it went crazy. It took me 6 hours. You got to realize how hard it was to upload video content in those days. Very, very hard. It used to take hours to do this. It's not like you YouTubers now, you just click a button. It was very, very different 3 years ago. It was intense work. It used to take literally, all day sometimes to get a video up. Off these old shitty flip cameras, and Google software was horrific. Remember this. Arnie Gunderson himself was in my site every day from the early days, arguing with me, telling me it was not a meltdown. I have the emails. And I will write a book. And all these emails, when people post comments and whatever, I have them all. I've been very good at saving them. Chris Busby attacked me in my hospital room when I was in critical condition. I think people made some incredible assumptions about me in those days because they would see a video just hanging out, and that's what we do here. They had no idea the incredible critical state that I was in. all the fall, all the winter, all the spring of 2011, 2012. Hardcore critical condition. On death's doorstep. He attacked me. I have. And everybody says, oh, I've confirmed him. When Janet in the UK sent me this, which a lot of people pull back from her, well, of course, that's what we do as baby boomers. We pull back from the truth. You cannot handle the truth. It's simply that. It really is that truth. Don't want the truth, tell me lies. You've been so posture and groomed for your whole thing. And, next thing you're going to tell me, next thing Kevin Blanch is going to tell me, that, oh my God, that he didn't write that, the greatest rock and roll song in world history. He didn't write that as a 14-year-old child. He stole it from Spirit. No. The sacred cows come tumbling down? No. Cycle to Hell? No. Stairway to Heaven? No, he didn't write it. You've heard me say it over and over and over, long before Fukushima happened. As a socioeconomist, as I was working on my PhD post-ignorance, I would say over and over, American culture is nothing but Mark McGuire swinging Albert Bell's bat. Now, I've changed that to American culture is Mark McGuire swinging Albert Bell's bat while riding Lance Armstrong's bike. Now I'm changing it again. From Mark McGuire swinging Albert Bell's bat, riding Lance Armstrong's bike while singing Stairway to Heaven. Is everything a con? Is this America, baby boomer? Nothing. It is a masquerade party. That's exactly what it is. One thing this 30 years has proven to me, the dogma, it is locked in, it is ingrained, and I've said it hundreds of times on my video. It can't change. They're too dogmatic. They're too inground in their own sick idea. That's why they can't handle the truth. They like their misery. They like their pain. They are degenerate, and they won't change until all the baby boomers are dead, which is going to happen much quicker than even any socioeconomist thought. The older you are, the less chances you have surviving radiation. Baby boomers are dropping like flies right now. Seriously. You get cancer in your 60s. For the most part, most oncology units won't even attempt a bone marrow transplant on you. Insurances won't pay for it, Medicaid, and rightfully so, because, look, the average treatment on AML leukemia like I have is $1.6 million. They only have so many resources because we have looted America. The so-called rich country that we had, which was rich, is not rich anymore. The Bush crime family took care of that. The invasion of Iraq is the baby boomer says, oh, kill, 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 because Jesus said kill, kill. Oh, he did? He did. The evangelical says mass murder Iraqis. As I said yesterday on my report, I said it like this. Maybe you can wait around for Colin Powell to stand somewhere and tell you. Maybe Bin Laden did this. Oh, that's it, right? Bin Laden. Let's make that fairy tale up. And let's go freaking carpet bomb Peking. Oh, no, let's go freaking carpet bomb the Philippines. Maybe Dennis Rodman's buddy did it. You're still sitting around ready for confirmation. When the video content that I put up, let's talk about this. She sent me that Tuesday morning. Early Tuesday morning. I know she watches those camps. I know a lot of people that watch those camps, but even the people that watch them, they don't really watch them. Because they're drinking coffee, they're still checking to see what freaking, Oprah's doing with the kids. They're still checking to see if Miley Cyrus's freaking tongue grew another 3 inches. They're still in their dogma fucking snuggies, licking their gun barrels, their gold thing, when money's not wealth. They forgot how to live. They're hypnotized. They're too busy laying out their 6 prescription meds they have to lay out at night to freaking take, to mask over their lack of sexuality, their lack of intensity, their lack of passion for their life. Too lazy to get off their ass and go freaking hike. It's just like Ken Symposium. People invited to Ken Symposium over there. Invited to speak, the counter movement. People that live right there. Did they go last night? Nope. I got reports right there. None of them went because they're frauds. They're fucking frauds. Oh, yeah, I'm going to sit on my keyboard and I'm going to freaking attack Ken. I'm going to attack Ken. So the people that put on the symposium actually invited these people. Okay, then come show up and here, present your case. That's the difference between me and them. I show up and I present my case. That's why I have an incredible little army. She sent me that video. She's a hardcore freaking activist in the UK who's been at this for a long time, just like I have. I can identify who those people are. I know who the real deal is. Just like when I got the emails, I got emails from the Fukushima Head 50's mom 6 weeks before he died. I reported it. He's going to die. Everybody pulls back on me just because you can't understand. There actually could be just a guy full of leukemia fighting for his life because of this incredible, powerful genre that none of you understand called YouTube. The greatest powerful piece of technology as far as information goes in world history, bar none. The information age is gigantic, but they don't get it. They can't wrap around it. Oh my God, there is no investigative journalist. He is the investigative journalist. Oh, and he does it for free. What? Because you're so blinded, you're so hardcore groomed that even video content, proof right in your face, it doesn't matter. It was a really great study, and I'm involved with this because I'm a socioeconomist. This is the stuff I really eat up and I look at. Big, broad studies. There's a study that came out of George Washington University a couple of years ago that people, when they're so ingrained in their dogma, that when they are actually proven, unarguable proof, that they're wrong, they will believe the lie even more. That is the definition of dogma. That's my dogma snuggies. It's a sick way to live. As I've said, ignorance is a choice. It is a lazy choice. Fox News has preyed on the lazy. Oh, they feed you this freaking 10-second soundbite. You watch a YouTube video. You listen to Max Kaiser. You listen to all these people who have an axe to grind. Do I have an axe to grind? Oh, fucking A, I do. Oh, curses Spike that I was ever born to set this right. When I watched him load my father in the body bag, I was so fucking outraged. I understood the fucking lie of the fucking nuclear cartel and the mass murder of it. I've understood it for a long time. I understood it because of my severity with illness and disease from a child. I knew I was mutated. I knew that I had problems. I knew that I had this autistic mind. I knew that I had troubles with communication. I couldn't tie my shoes till I was 10. You know, I understood it. I understood that I could do the Delta formula in my head when I was freaking 8, yet I couldn't tie my shoes. I knew that something was wrong with me. I understood it. You know, severe underdeveloped lungs. The pain I went through, I got it. I watched my father have these incredible, massive seizures at the kitchen table. This beautiful, incredible physical specimen of a man. Oh, I knew. I knew because I had a grandmother and I had my uncles who were incredible, dynamic, brilliant people. They got it. They got it. You don't get it. The American populace does not get it. Look, the video is what the video is. Now, we're getting confirmation this morning. I'm getting confirmation by several people that have really looked at this and everything. There's reports coming out of Japan this morning by my little army, who, by the way, who are shoguns, who fled the elites that I know in Japan, which I know a lot of elites in Japan because I went to college with them, because I graduated the #1 school of business in the United States with the legendary finance professor Clyde Cooley, who died of mad cow, brain encephalitis, which was given to him by Stericycle, no doubt in my mind. The most brilliant person I ever known. He was the legendary, probably the greatest finance professor in 100 years in the world. His program, I came out of his program. The elites of Japan, they know. They search it out. They send their children there because they want to be like us. Well, they tried that being like us. The Nikkei spiked at $35,000 in 1986, Chernobyl. Look what it is now, all those years later. They bought into the American thesis because they are us. Not my words, Barack Obama. Look, factually, when we dropped the bombs, the spoils of war, we occupied Japan. We still occupy Japan. The treaties that were signed after that horrific nightmare war was that we occupied Japan forever. The United States colonialized Japan. We tried to use the growth, obey, economy dynamics, shoved it down their throat. It was a giant failure on the Japanese economy, a giant failure to the Japanese culture, a gigantic failure. And 3/11/11 is a capitulation to that failure. You know, these reports coming out, they're saying, oh, Japan's going to restart. No. Now, you think about this piece of the equation on the Fukushima cover-up. Do you know how gigantic the protests in Japan have been? Some of the greatest, biggest, the entire time, protests in world history, by millions and millions of protesters. You see any of it on media? Any of it's media? Now, how can that possibly be? Very simple. Lack of tariffs, lack of antitrust laws. So what we've done, we've had 35 years of this going on. You think it's a coincidence that we've had regressive nominal wages from 1980 every single year. The cash economy in this country is bigger than the real economy. We have funneled up in all industries to, it's gotten tighter and tighter and tighter. Apple, Google, who do you think runs every single media out? You can dig in. I've done it many times. You dig into the corporate board members of all these mainstream, they're all the same people. They own them all. Lock, stock, barrel, all of them. Oh, they're pro-nuclear. Oh, they have a hardcore vested interest. We dereg public utilities. I mean, it was dug in. It was really dug in on San Onofre. Oh my God, J.P. Morgan is one of the big owners of freaking San. Oh yeah, they're dereg. They're cash cows from hell. They have a vested interest in the cover-up. So you're a corporate board member, really? So you're a video killed the media star. You're going to go against the very hand that feeds you. Let's not forget, the very few so-called media celebrities, they're very rich people, extremely rich. To be a radical, mentally ill, psychotic, nutcase insane, to get it wrong, and be devils in hairspray, you get a contract on Fox News. Huge money. You're going to bite that hand that feeds you? Oh, no. Then it's twofold. The Patriot Act. Oh, the United States military industrialized complex. Oh, yeah, it's the baby. It's nuclear weapons. It's the Queen's uranium mines. So you're still sitting back and you're waiting for these people to give you confirmation. Now let's talk about this. The exclusion zone at Fukushima, Japan, where they go in on the backside is 13 miles from where they go in. I got an email today, well, why won't you see any bootleg video? Really? Homeless people are going to bootleg video content out of there. 1, they search them head and toe, in and out. 2, they're homeless. What, they got a camera? Where are they going to upload it to? 3, it's against the law, and it has been since September of 2012. I literally would get hundreds, if not thousands, of emails a day out of Japan. I mean, I had a community that would blow your mind over there. One day, I mean, for it go from hundreds of thousands day in, day out to zero is statistically impossible. Yeah, at a random, it became illegal. The United States government, which is Japan, started blocking. They put people in jail. This is the greatest fashion. Shoguns? Oh, and I love all you peasants who think you're serfs. You went from a serf to a peasant to, you're a full-blown out slave now. Operation Foxconn. The very poorest support the very richest because of their dogma. So this litmus test, that video is very, very real. Now there's reports coming this morning that radiation is freaking off the hook at 3 and 4 this morning, which the Japanese Times reported just 36 hours before we caught that flash on camera, that the highest levels over there yet had been recorded. Well, it's obvious what happened over there. I think Laura Monet said it perfectly yesterday, and I don't agree with a lot of her stuff, that you can't argue with her with as far as a technician, as far as a physicist, as far as her credentials are impeccable. Remember, was it intentional? I don't agree with her on the intentional, but, I'm not going to tell her she's wrong. Let's remember, this is a woman who called out in 2005, said this was going to happen, and you know, I said it was going to happen, but I used to name a lot of different places that I thought it would happen. She said it would happen at Fukushima, Japan. She said that. She said yesterday she agreed with me, and she come out and she wrote an article exactly what she thought. She said, just like I know. It spilled all over the floor on the cracked steel pools on day 4, and that to sit there and smolder and frame was going to cause a freaking fire and flash that would start a nuclear fission reaction. That's exactly what we saw. There's no doubt. It's been confirmed by every nuclear physicist that I've talked to. They're like, oh yeah, very real. You can see the blue light. You can see it, you know, so you can deny the actual video content. You know, some of these so-called supposedly are supposed to be these great early vloggers and bloggers. I mean, I saved all their comments. I've got them all. Wow. I'm not the regurgitation of the gurgitation. I'm not the analysis of the I'm original. I've always been original. All the way. Every freaking thing I say, it's a lonely battle to be original. It's a lonely battle. Because everybody is still sitting around waiting for mainstream. They've had 3 years. There's no fly zones over it. It's so even the media, when they go over there, whatever, and they don't let just any media in there. It's all orchestrated. It's grotesquely orchestrated. Well, Caroline was, you think Caroline was at the, no, there's the command and control center is many miles from the plants. No one gets in there. You can't get in there. Are they underground? No doubt. There's freaking, I have videos. I have bootleg photographs of the buses. They're out there. Start typing in Google. They're out there. They use these giant white buses by the hundreds. There's hundreds of thousands of workers that are bussed in there every single day. Armed, heavy guards in the exclusion zone. Heavy. No fly zones over the freaking top. I think it's very, very iconic that I was in Washington, D.C. the day leading the Million Mass March. The day before, we were prepping for it, and Capitol Police all over me. You know, you got to realize, you go in front of the White House now, especially in a protest like that, look up at the top of the White House. Lasers on my forehead. All of it. I dealt with those guys all day. And then the report comes out, oh my God, TEPCO's been sanctioned. Ernest Moxie is actually, Arnie Moxie Fuel, head of the DOE, he's over there. That was, you know, it never got reported when he came home. Sanctioned to the White House. I'm standing right in front of the White House, right when they go in. I mean, the ironies are incredible. I'm right there. We have video of it. You know, being interviewed by RT. You watch that video on the front page of my video thing. Look on the right side and look who that is walking right behind with the camera crew. Look who that is. I mean, it blows my mind you're still waiting for confirmation. They retooled the cover-up. I reported on the 26th. The ex-Washington Post reporter put it out, and I know for a fact they wish they wouldn't have done it, and disclosed that the fight that went inside the Situation Room with Gregory Jacko and the Navy and the Marines. And the keys were handed over to John Holdren. He was the head of the science and technology team from Berkeley before this happened. There was a fight inside there. Obama said, okay, you guys claim you have the technology to clean this up. You've said this for years. They've been telling us for 70 years. So they developed a team, a 32 team. John Holdren runs it. Now, yes, this is the guy. Type him in. He's written 2 books on eugenics. It's a fact. Cal Berkeley's always run. This has always been the head of the snake out of Cal Berkeley. And look what they did to, Reed's poison power. Look what they did to Goffman. Look what they did to Oppenheimer. They have the balls to have J. Robert Oppenheimer symposium over there where this crazy bitch teaches it. You know what they did to him? You know how anti-nuclear he was? Oh, label him as a communist. That's their answer to everything. Obama's a socialist. That's how they're thinking. That's their answer to everything. The far neo-right, which is insane. Hijacked. Lock, stock, barrel by the Bundy crap. The far left, completely hijacked. Gone by the Al Gore frauds. Gone. But it's the American populace that plays ball. And this proved 2 days ago. How do you argue with that video? I want you fuckers to tell me how the fuck you argue with that video. What, did I just pull that out of my ass? Oh, I hear actually so-called strong bloggers and bloggers who says, oh, orange fog. Really? Okay, you tell orange fog? I had a guy tell me, oh, there's really headlights in there. We've had our eyes on those fucking cameras since fucking before it happened. Every single day, all day. Oh, no. Atmospheric vision, a flash? Absolutely. Some type of atmospheric explosion? Absolutely. Oh, but we've seen these pristine, beautiful photos on 16 Minutes of the spent fuel pools at freaking number 4. When we've already proved that those fucking video content were Hanford. That's how they play you. It's orchestrated. It is freaking, and oh God, that can't be. What are you talking about? The mob runs the show over there. Just think about it. It's a law to even tweak the word Fukushima. You people are so dogma and so gone, still on your leash, being led around by Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, the Washington Post, New York Times, led around like I mean, what is it going to take? The emails that I get, the army that I've developed is so powerful and so very real because people identified right from the first day. They're like, oh my God, because I didn't wait. I was calling it 4 full meltdowns the fucking day it happened. Arguing with even the so-called Helen Caldecott argued with me. War profiteers, Gunderson, oh my God, that fraud. Busby, all these fucking war profiteers. Wow. I want to say thanks to the incredible group that went up to Pilgrim on Mother's Day and did that great thing. I absolutely loved that. I posted that, video into my video yesterday. I love that. I mean, Mothers for Peace down there, they're wonderful people. They fought this relentlessly, with no media coverage, with no nothing forever, and they've never wavered. And they fight it intensely. The real deal, but they've never got a platform, and they never got a grandstand because media will not give them one. Just like me. Huck's interviewed me twice. CBS Online's interviewed me. I've been interviewed by PBS has interviewed me twice, including right at San Onofre. In the fucking parking lot. You gonna see any of it up? No. Number one, I'm making signed disclosures that I get to look at it. They're not cropping me. They're not chopping me. I make them sign a contract before I'll speak. Jack Dresser interview that I did in Oregon, that's a brilliant interview, which got a lot of eyes on it, because I'll tell you what, Oregon gets it right in one way, the state of Oregon. Their public television is big up there, and they give people a platform on public television. People watch it giantly. The rest of the country, they don't. Our public television is so hijacked here. We have a club at the University of Utah. They speak on nuclearism, including Mike Lee, that interview you watched with me with Mike Lee. I prepped his aid. He didn't even know what Fukushima was. His father died. He's the perfect mouthpiece for the fraud of America and Utah in his hairspray. Introducing a balanced budget amendment, why his house is in foreclosure. Get rid of food stamps, $200 a month, when he got $600,000 from the federal government. Illegally, as his house was foreclosed on. Why he's first sitting state United States Senator. Now, why would they not the media report that? You're still waiting because they're not the media anymore. As I said in front of the White House, we're the fucking media now. I am the fucking media on this now. And it just showed me the separation. The fucking chapters. Now, I want to say this to beautiful Dana girl. I really am a fan of his work. He does great work. Out of all the comments that were tagged in the first few minutes as I put that video up, and all the so-called community, and I've got them. They really, people that were supposed to be my friends, supposed to be my allies, they went right at me. Right at me. Jan and I saved them. I have them all. Dana's the only one that made a positive comment, and Nottaway. Nottaway made it by because he knows. He was in D.C. with me. He knows my activism. He knows where. And we don't even agree politically, philosophically, but he, out in the street, that's where we'll meet. He's one of those guys. They're like, look, this guy's been on all over from fucking day one. He's been credibility because credibility is earned. Post-ignorance is hard work. Ignorance is easy. To be ignorant is easy. It's a lazy choice. Not me. It's amazing to me. So, we're getting information out this morning that the radiation spikes are dramatic at 3 and 4, which another part, this was at 4. Hello, you don't think we've looked at these fucking videos long enough? Do we know where it came from? We know what it was. Orange fog. Okay? And watch how these guys will spin this. And the problem is with the mainstream media and the spin, the so-called alternative media will go right along with the spin. Because they are the analysis of the analysis just to fit their dogma. I could give a fuck about dogma. I give a fuck about everybody's fucking opinion. I care about the reality of the truth of the matter. You can't argue with the video. The video is the video. Now, I report it as an explosion and fire. That ain't nothing new. I've reported that a fucking explosion and fire has been going on number 4 since the fucking day it happened. I've said number 4 has been on fire since I wasn't calling it 3 full court meltdowns. When I was the only fucking person on the face of the earth calling this full blown out fucking meltdowns for a long, under heavy attack. Heavy attack. Thankless? Oh, beyond thankless. I've never got to apologize by the thousands of fucking keyboard freaks that attacked me. Including Busby, including Helen Caldecott, including fucking Arnie Gunderson, including all of them. Attacked me like fucking wolves. You know, including all these people. Yeah, I'm fucking crazy. Yeah, I'm fucking crazy. I got to predict my own leukemia, but that's okay. Because I have my children to fight for. I have my grandchildren. I have my life to fight for. You know, you want to go along in your fucking dog, go the fuck ahead. Not me. Now you think about the statistical probability of this. I want you to really think about this. I'm the first guy on earth that reported this as full fucking blown out fucking nuclear meltdown. You say, oh, this guy's sitting on our... No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Listen to what he says. No, he didn't. No, nobody did. So now you've got tens of thousands of bloggers, chat roomers, fucking all over. That's eat, sleep, drink this. How is it possible that I'm the guy that reports this first again? How is it possible I'm the first guy that reported fucking probably 100, maybe 200, and I could prove that the fucking mainstream media and these so-called giant blogs and these big girls have their eyes on me and are listening to every fucking word I say. I'll tell you why. My little army, as soon as I put that up, Janet and I and a couple others, we fucking within seconds and within minutes, as soon as I put that video up, we started watching the big vlogs and the blogs, and they started posting stuff immediately. And they all caveat out with question marks. They all caveat out, and I'm like, well, there was only one source. I was the only one reporting it. There was 8 views on that fucking video, and I tagged it. Then they all started to go to work. So they can steal my mind. They can air suck. They can fucking take whatever they want. Go for it, fucker. You're not. You think you got me figured out? Good luck to you. You know, Carol Gallagher, who I love, you know, she's alive and well. She's, Kevin, these fucking monsters will steal everything. You got to copyright everything. I'm like, let them try. How about, because this is a different world now. It's called YouTube. It's called the fucking electronic age. It's called the information age. It's all you fucking lunatics that got it dead wrong over and over. Your comments, your bullshit, your whatever, you can't take it back. I've proved it. You think, oh, I'll just put up a video and I'll tag it. And people don't understand about YouTube. You get all the fucking rights under the American fucking laws that exist. Copyright. A YouTube video is electronic copyright that is the exact identical copyright ruled by the United States illegitimate Supreme Court that, of course, you guys pick and choose whatever laws you want to enforce and go along with. Full copyright published rights. They belong to you, and you're starting to see this happen. And just like the lawsuit on Stairway to Heaven, this is law. This still is a country of laws. Just because they don't enforce them, you pay cash to people, it's still illegal. Just because everybody does it. Everybody does, because we're all a bunch of, they named us right, baby boomers. Oh, mama, fucking mama told me I was really a brilliant, smart fucking kid. My mommy said so. My mommy said I'm this fucking genius. And so, you know, it's like when I was in Oak Ridge, you see all these fucking goofy, stupid, weirdo fuckers sitting around in their fucking basements. And they know everything about everything when they know nothing about nothing. They're dumb as fucking dirt. I saw it. I saw it so many fucking times. They have cures for cancer. They have nanotechnology to clean up. They have it all. Just ask them. Yeah, sure these dumb fuckers do. And then I had a guy tell me like that, no saying that I asked him who his congressman was. I had no fucking clue. It's dogma. You sit around, you wait for the fucking mainstream fucking media to tell you. It's like when the plume fucking came over us. You know, by the way, I own the fucking domains to Plumegate. You know, with the central line hanging out of my chest, fucking flipping cards, Newtgate, Plumegate, I mean, come on. When this guy was in a fucking crack house. You know, I've been fighting this fucking, I was fighting against the Fukushima before Fukushima happened. You know, in critical condition, my place in space and time, oh boy. I think a lot of people have places, and I know this because a lot of middle-aged women that come to me, it's called intuitive sense. A lot of women have it. A lot of them grew up in Southern California because of the sun, because of it was a healthy dynamic. They grew up in the 50s and 60s. They had wealthy parents who were working class. They had time to go on picnics. They had time to explore. They had time to read. They had time to go to the beach. They had time to explore their sexuality. They had time to explore their fucking literature fucking minds. Because we had a healthy economy via tariffs. Those people, women, so many of those women come to me and say, Kevin, I had a dream. I hear it over and over and over. Dozens of them. I had one call me last night. She says, Kevin, she didn't even know that I'd reported this flash. She said, I had a dream 2 days ago. It was a hard, and I said, well, and I told her, oh my God. Intuitive sense? Oh yeah, very real. Very, very, very real. Do I have good intuitive sense? Always have. Always have. Because I've rooted on logic. I've always rooted on logic. The walking, the slowing down of the meditation, the thing. Look, we know we can all be tricked and we can be had. You know, the guy tried to fucking Photoshop fucking this, Photoshop that. We still there, Dan? We got this phone bleeping and beeping going crazy.
You're good, Kevin.
Okay. You still buy into it. I mean, after 9/11, after the 2008 meltdown, you know, everybody telling you that gold was the answer. Yeah, if you'd have got it at $200 out, that'd have been great. But you guys did it late, because they're always late to the game. It's always too late. You know, I always go back to Naomi Klein and Chris Hedges. They're high intellect people, brilliant people, but they're war profiteers. They'll wait. Okay, let's go back to 9/11. You know, and the lead up to the war in 2003. They want to come out after the fact that, oh yeah, we told you they were liars, and that to write books, they have a publicist, they get rich after the fact. I don't want to hear it after the fucking fact. I want to hear it as it fucking happens. I was calling Colin Powell a lying motherfucker the day he stood up there and fucking lied. And you let him off the fucking hook. I was calling George W. Bush, I had a bumper sticker on my car, Bush lied, soldiers died, before we went in. 4 or 5 fights a day. Because that's what we want. We want the fucking truth as it happens. What good does it do at 4 or 5, you know, people just like the financial meltdown. You can ask plenty of people around here. Kevin was saying the financial meltdown was going to happen in 2008. I made a lot of money on that meltdown in the derivative market. I won't buy stocks. I never would. I hate these corporate fucking scum. But I'll fucking trade the derivative on them because I need money. Just like everybody else. We all fucking need fucking money. But we don't need to be rich because wealth is not money. I don't need to be rich. But we need enough money to freaking do what we do. I don't want to be fucking rich. I don't. I want to be rich in wealth and knowledge and my soul and my place in time. I want people to be able to look back in space and time. Because I'm a big believer that life is a test. Always have been. I'm a big believer that life is much more than who we are. You know, I still go back to Einstein's brilliance. You know, he's the one that said that light curved. No one believed him. No one. And that fuckhead Campbell, who fucking grandstands all over fucking Northern California, they put him up on a pedestal. Let's remember his fucking observation tower clear back, you know, in 1914 in your head, up on top of the mountain. He's the one that went into Crimea in Russia, set up his fucking equipment. Oh, World War II broke out and they seized his equipment. That he presented to the elite phony fuckers in fucking on because they've always got to be first. Fucking, the Queen's fucking puppet masters, a bunch of creeps. He's the one that reported that, nope, Einstein had it wrong. I mean, you think about the irons of this, but no, it was the Quaker. The Quaker in the UK went over there and he did his work. Right as he's fucking getting a report, he gets word, says, hey, hang on. There's this crazy Quaker that says Einstein has it right. He's got better equipment. Who was right and who was wrong? Campbell was dead fucking wrong. But he was smart enough to understand he was wrong. He was smart enough to say, whoa, wait a minute. My equipment wasn't as great as it should have been because it got seized in Russia and he was in Oregon on the eclipse. And it was the Quaker, the peace activist. Because he had a relationship with Einstein because he knew that Einstein was a peace activist. He was about peace. He was anti-war. So was this guy. And he proved it. Oh my God, Einstein was right. Like fucking curves. But you want to deny that he's right this time. He said it. The imagination is stronger than knowledge. The imagination with knowledge, this is my line, moves culture. That's what post-ignorance is. So Einstein said, the most powerful concept on Earth is compounding. He wasn't talking about your bank account. He was talking about nuclear fission. Nuclear fission's never happened. Never. Didn't happen in Chernobyl. Chernobyl, it fucking blew up. The corium was spread all over. They used a draft. 580,000 men. Anybody in America know that story? The beautiful documentary Battle for Chernobyl. I think it's the greatest line I've ever heard in my life. Ever. Alice says. I hope to meet Alice one day soon. Put my arms around, give her a hug and kiss. The incredible activist that she is in Russia. She knows the pain. That man knows the pain that the Russians have experienced. Life expectancy 53 years old in the fucking Chernobyl region. Sanjay Gupta wants to go over that black and yellow horror. This is the guy who took us the Hippocratic that he should be in prison. He violated the law grotesque on the 26th of March when he came home. He was in Fukushima as the wind was blowing out. They got the fuck out. And he went to work with the propaganda machine of CNN and brought this kid named Donald Weber on there who claims he was in Chernobyl over and over and says, it's not bad. It is bad. She said, in the documentary, the greatest thing to come out of that meltdown of the reactor was not cesium, was not plutonium, it was lies. Boy, did she call it. It set the table for Fukushima. Fukushima, these lies are on Palco. This is the greatest cover-up in world history. And they've had 3 years to tie up any leaky fucking leak coming out of there as far as information. And they've done it. You tweet Fukushima. I mean, people inside Japan, you got people from America who got over there and they're sitting there because they're in Tokyo or whatever and they don't see anything. They can't say, they're like, oh no, nothing happening here. How the fuck do they know? How could they possibly know? Because they're in their apartment, they must go out there. I mean, I think the report that Amy Goodman did 2 months ago, she's able to go over there because of her relationship with Caroline Kennedy, and Caroline Kennedy is a gas, and she's trying to break ranks. You gotta realize the power vacuum that exists. Right-left dynamic, which is grotesque. Politics is a blood sport. Always has been. She does that report. Her producers get word that there's a protest going at the emperor's house daily. She sent the crew over there real quick. There's a woman who speaks good English standing there in front of the emperor just crying. She tells it exactly how it is. Pure raw emotion. That's what I've tried to do. I've tried to be like that woman is. Because media has become so sterile. It has become so scripted. It has become a masquerade party. That's the hairspray. Sitting behind a desk and nothing intimate. You know, it's like the professor at the University of San Francisco that was at the Berkeley Livermore protest as I protested on Black at Livermore. Took a lot of risk when I was at freaking Livermore on Thanksgiving. It was very creepy. It was very scary out there. Tim Shell, that documentary Stacey Anderson remixed for me on Day 1000 is powerful. That's Steinbeck's place. Why would he have a gay day with this? She says, Kevin, I make my students at the University of San Francisco watch your videos because you are what literature has lost. And you know that, don't you? And I said, oh, yeah. Intimacy. I've then tried to be as intimate as I can. I've tried to be the counterculture to the sterile media, right down to taking my clothes off. I mean, I would give you my name, my number, my address inside my home. I've been as intimate as I can be because that's what a counterculture does. That's what an artist does. That's what the truth does. It counters the sickening freaking regime that we have. So you're still sitting around waiting for these hairspray masquerade party to lie to you. Tell me lies. Tell me, because you can't handle the truth and you want lies. American culture, last 30 years. Albert Bell, and you don't even know who Albert Bell is. Remember, he was using the cork bass, got caught. The umpires took the bat from him. Put it on top, and this is a great metaphor. one of the pitchers on his own team, crawled up in the clubhouse, got up in the tiles of the roof, crawled in, went down through the tiles of the roof inside the umpire's freaking room and stole the bat. He protected the very liar thief that it was. That's what you're doing. You think your YouTube community, you think your comments, you think you're protecting the very liar. That's what he did. Mark McGuire, Balco, one of the greatest fucking scamming line creeps in here. Now he's a hitting coach for the freaking Los Angeles scumbag. The AAA Dodgers were here. Tommy Lasorda used to sit at our house at the dinner table. Back when baseball was there. I knew Bobby Valentine personally. Played here. Captured, just like sports is captured. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. Lance Armstrong, still to this day, I saw a report the other day, over half America still believes, after they've been told that, you think about this, the CIA funded him. The CIA, why? American propaganda, that's why. When France knew he was lying the whole time. Sheryl Crow, wow, can you believe her? Wow, I wonder about his his own cancer. It was an orchestrated conspiracy from hell. It's all been proven. It all came out now. They had the Irish maid working for the CIA. They had several of them. They were getting the freaking samples back underground through them. Funded by the CIA, through the United States Post Office. He was a con, a giant fucking con. But you don't want to hear it, he's a fucking giant fucking con. A Balco giant fucking con. No, tell me it isn't true. Tell me it isn't true, the greatest rock and roll song ever, that we've been pounded through our brains, that he was 14 years old when he wrote that song, right? In London, in the UK? No, because those motherfuckers lie about everything. The Royals, the fucking House of Windsor, Bill Walmart, Clinton, Rhodes Stark, they're all fucking liars because they got small penises, they're small sex, fucking them ugly inbreds. I'll quote fucking Franklin Roosevelt. And you take a picture of Queen Victoria. Got to be the ugliest female who ever walked inside and out. Ever. And this one now is not much uglier. And you think about that beautiful one. What did they do to the beautiful one on August 31st? What did they do to her? Prince Charles had a beautiful wife. They fucking murdered her too. Because he couldn't handle having a beautiful wife. He had to go have fucking sex with his own inbred, ugly cousin. And now there's this fucking, you sick fuckers will watch this. Oh, Prince Harry's got his own reality show because you're Americanite. Roosevelt, Hamilton, Abraham Lincoln all said this over and over and over. I gotta tell you, Winston, I went to fucking London when I was 8 years old. I saw Queen Vic. I hated the old witch. There's nothing more quintessentially American to hate the royals and hate the royal. Not anymore. Because you think you're on the fucking winning team. You're not a serf anymore. You're not even a peasant anymore. You're a fucking slave and you're in your own FEMA. Oh, they're going to put us in a FEMA. You're already in. You put yourself in your fucking FEMA camp with your fucking dogma. Fuck, you lead yourself around by the fucking leash. They don't even have to do it. You do it to your fucking selves. I'm so fucking disgusted, and this was a litmus test. And I'll tell you what, I got separation from the fucking crowd. I will say thank you to Dana, because he stood up for me right when I posted that out. Not a way stood up, and the rest didn't. The rest fucking didn't. I've got the emails. This whole call community. Thomas Ackerman stood up for me. He always does because he gets it, because he's an artist. He gets it intuitively. Lonnie Clark, Eric fucking Jordan. So many of these people that intuitively, these are hard workers. These are people out in the street. You know, Dana's got an excuse he's disabled, and I love all the disabled crowd out there that do hard work. They're disabled. So they do what they do from their keyboard because that's what they have to do. Because they want to participate in this important work today, and if this doesn't prove this important work, Janet's fucking 8 views, not one comment on it. She says, stop. Just, you click the fucking pause at 117, Kevin. So I did. You gotta realize how many emails I get a day on shit like this. Oh, I've been sent down rabbit holes. I've been fucking tricked. And I've caught myself. Look, wait a minute. This doesn't seem right. This fucker just had me. These people that think they fucking know, when so many times they don't know. But I knew she knew. And then when I watched it with my own eyes, because I'm one of those, I want to fucking see it with my own eyes, guys. When I watched the fucking film from Fukushima on 3/11/11 blow up, I knew these reactors, but with any logic, fucking knew. They knew. These fucking reactors cannot handle a fucking 7.3 fucking earthquake. It was a 9-point earthquake. Now, Monet, she'll say they did it orchestrated on purpose. I disagree with that. I totally did. But I agree with her as far as what she says is her PhD, as far as the chemistry, as far as Einstein, as far as Oppenheimer, as far as all of them. They all said this would happen. These are suns on fire. Bringing star power to Earth. You got fucking 4 of them on fire, probably 6. 5 and 6 spent fuel last October. Dropped fuel in there. We know the spikes. Last July when I was in San Diego at USS Reagan's. Oh, really? That hearing happened last year? Yeah, I was the only fucking one there. And I'll tell you what proves this. The trial of Megan Rice. Megan Rice knows everything that I know. She could have picked anything she wants. She's the strongest activist in the world. As Marian Evelyn Tucker's fucking great words, the greatest powerful speech I ever heard inside that courtroom. I was sitting in there. These fuckers can't even get off their fucking ass and go over there. Should have been fucking thousands, if not millions of people fucking there. Every anti-nuclear activist in the fucking world should have descended on that place. I know for a fact she's discouraged. Yeah, I've been to her jail cell in Brooklyn. Oh yeah, I live in Utah. Did most of this in critical fucking condition with no money. Because I believe in the truth. I don't want to be lied to. I don't accept the dogma. No one's going to lead me around by the leashes. I used that lyric from Rush yesterday. It's powerful, Tom Sawyer. It's an article that he named it Tom Sawyer. You know, Twain. Read his rants, 44. Oh, the vote was from here. Oh, yeah. Because he used those incredible, powerful lyrics. Though my mind is not for rent, don't put me down as arrogant. My mind's never been for fucking rent. I'll stand on a fucking island, and I'll tell it how it is. Through logic, through fact. I don't need to be postured and fucking groomed. I don't need to fucking do it. Just like the fucking cows sucking up fucking water from the energy solutions. You fuckers want to go in denial? Well, let me tell you what. One thing that fucking trumps all denial. Cancer cells. They don't give a fuck about your dogma. They could give a fuck about your dogma. And when you get hit with the fucking leukemia and you get hit with fucking all this and it hits you, it's too late. And you say it's God's will, it's not God's will. Again, Tim Shell, 1,000 days. On day 1,000 of Fukushima, I'm in fucking Livermore. Steinbeck's Place. This has been literature. My vlog has been a fucking book. It's fucking evolved. You've been able to watch it in real time. In accuracy, in truth. Literal, beyond literal. Passionate, intimate, the opposite of what everything you've been postured and groomed to fucking be. The fucking lies. Your answer to everything costs you money. No, I've told it the way it is. You know, people can try to fucking nitpick me, try to go for it. Go the fuck ahead. History and time and space will vindicate everything that I've done. That's the way it always works. It takes time, but we don't have time. This is the age of fission. And when you get cancer and you say, oh, it's God's will, God will fucking either kill me or say, good luck to you. Good luck to you. Because God said, I mean, you go back to the Old Testament. That's what fucking Lee says at the end of fucking East of Eden. Powerful statement. Tim Shell. That's straight out of the Old Testament. Which was written by multiple people. Multiple people. Thou mayest. What does that mean? It means that men are responsible for their actions. God helps those who help themselves. That's right. So, to say, oh, it's God's will, I'm just, and doctor, I'm a Mormon, I'm evangelical, and you support the mass murder of a people, a biblical place where the Euphrates and the freaking Tigris meet. A biblical, spiritual place. You carpet bomb, you mass fucking murder, you poison that fucking sacred, hallowed ground for time and all eternity. You're devils. You're going to rot in the lowest form of fucking hell. Everybody that supported the fucking war in 2003, supported the Bush fucking Cheney fucking idea, you still support that thesis, you're going to rot in fucking hell because it's to bear false witness. That's exactly what you're all doing. Bearing false witness. Saddam Hussein never did one thing to America. We popped up, he never did one thing to one American. Not one. Not one. Fuck Bin Laden fucking did fucking, oh really, where did we make that quantum leak? When the fucking, we know for a fact they pulled him over in a car 4 times. They knew where he was the whole time. Dog and Pony showed a mass murder with nuclear and contaminate and poison. The opposite of Jesus, his philosophy. Forgive them, they know not what they do. Thou shalt not kill. Huh. You killed. You mass fucking murdered. You went on because of your fucking dogma. And there's no escaping it. Because cancer cells don't give a fuck about your dogma. And you can masquerade part in your hairspray, go along with it all. Not me, fuckers, not me. I don't give a fuck about people's opinion about me. I don't care about their bullshit. I could care less. I care about the facts. I care about the reality. That film is what it's filmed. It's nuclear. There's no doubt in my mind now that it's atmospheric fission. There was a flash over there. Just like she says, Monet says. To think that there's spent fuel on there, which there has been the entire time, and I've reported that in detail from day. I was the only one that's been reporting its full meltdowns from day one. I did this exact video I did 2 days ago. I've done the exact identical video probably fucking 50 times saying number 4 is on fire. Number 4's been on fire the entire fucking time. But it flashed. That's atmospheric fission. That's exactly what it is. These energies that are coming off, and that's from TEPCO, the fucking tritium levels we know factually. The byproduct to fucking China syndrome, which is nuclear fission, which has never happened before, is compounding levels of tritium, which we've seen it over and over. They're right in your fucking face. Just like fucking, they admitted under oath, because I listened, my army, I listened to the prosecution before the United States filled all it up over there. Yeah, there were prosecution. People were going to go to jail until the U.S. stepped in. In Fukushima, Japan, the fucking mobs rioted. They're still rioting over there. But the United States stepped in and started putting them in jail because that's what we do here. We do here. The United States makes up less than 3% of the world population, yet we consume 65% of the slave goods fucking. And you go along, Apple using slaves. Nets around Foxconn. Oh, you know, you're doing it right here in your, how many of you fuckers, you got this, I got this brown person from the South, a hungry person living in a house, working on my farm, fucking mowing my lawn, cooking my food, paying him cash. That's usury. Jesus Christ threw the money changers out of the temple. Usury is a pillar of Christianity, and you support usury. Buy here, pay here. So to take a person, repress them, take their jobs, replace them with slaves, and put them in a vulnerable position, and then exploit them for interest, exploit them in any way, is the definition of usury. Not my words, Jesus Christ's words. This happened 2,000 years ago. This happened 500 years ago. This happened 150 years ago in the Antebellum South. As she wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin. You're all Uncle Toms. All of you are Uncle Toms. Keep supporting the very thing that's killing you. Go for it. Go for it. There's no hiding. There's no hiding. These things have been a meltdown the whole time. Number 4 has been on fire the whole fucking time. This ain't nothing new. Contemporary sheep, your fucking dogma, your fucking knee-jerk bullshit. Pathetic commentary. Oh, I'm a counterculturist. I have a tattoo. I'm a counterculturist. I ride a fucking Harley. You're not a counterculturist. You're a contemporary fucking sheep that's gone along. Not me. I don't ever want to be one of those. Never. You know, I could die tomorrow. I'll die fucking right now. You know, I'm not going to fucking go to my fucking grave knowing that I didn't fucking try in a truthful, fucking accurate fucking way. Not in my dogma. I don't have any fucking dogma. My dogma went away a long fucking time ago. Maybe the chemo ate it all out of me. Maybe. Oh, we got a cure for cancer. Oh, there's nanotechnology to clean it up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is. You're a fucking liar, and you know you're a fucking liar. I sit in my basement. I know it. It's fucking orange fog. She put up that yesterday. Says, here, watch Monty Python's Dead Parrot gig. What a litmus test yesterday. You know, we'll hang in on this fight. This is about quality, not quantity. We need leaders. Stay tuned. The fight continues. The fight will continue till we fucking lay our bodies down to rest as we go to our fucking parents' graves. My father's monument at the fucking cemetery. I'll do a video from there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Swing Gate 311.